Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, I'm a man of the people, you might not realise this, but yes, I am a man of the people, and for that reason, I am going to do a video right now that is going to get no views just because someone asked me to. That is correct. So I got this message last night. It's going to sound weird, right? But can you make a video about how to use the FADON RHONDA team? Because people to this day, and I thought, sounds ominous, don't understand it, and I really can't be bothered explaining it every week or so to someone new. So this person doesn't want to have to use their words anymore. They just want to link my video. So to this person, who I will not reveal, you know who they are. They're pretty helpful within the community, but they can also be a little bit of a dick sometimes. I'm doing this for you, and if this video tanks, it's on your head, you absolute mofo. So in this video, we're going to be going over exactly how you pull off the FADON strategy with the optimal team, why it works, how it works, and what you need to do to make it work properly, okay? So I'm going to do it on the only thing that's going right now, which is going to be Guild Crusade. This is going to be slightly difficult, because Guild Crusade at the moment is against the stupid spider thing. But we'll do it. This is what you need to pull off the optimal FADON strategy. Okay. Now, if you do not have the Virgil EX move, you can still do this. You just won't get as far, generally speaking. Okay. You'll probably die sooner because you've not got this little secret power that allows you to last longer. But the strategy itself does not change. This is how the strategy works, okay? You start off using Honda, and you use his super. Why do you use his super? Well, his super causes enemies to take more damage because it reduces their damage reduction. Got that? He is part one of a very important strategy. Part two is poison. With poison, we are using her C1 and we need to stack it. This is where it becomes tricky. Her C1 lasts for 6 seconds, so you need to activate that again for it to stack, which is why you need to move quickly. Okay, you will see that when I'm doing this run. You need to move quickly. So if you do not know how to play manually, you need to practice, okay? Very important that you practice. Then we go into Chun-Li, who is using her C2. The reason you're using her C2 is because it does a lot of hits, and each hit has a chance of applying flame penetration, okay? When you have Chun-Li built, flame penetration does not only do what flame penetration does. When you've got 50 stacks of it, your crit rate and flame damage is boosted for the rest of the match. Okay, we got all that. Then obviously your damage dealer is going to be your FADON, right? Now we've locked that in. That is the team, that is your combo order. But manual play is important because manual play is what allows you to build the stacks, okay? Now, I'm going to need you to look above the heads of the units while I'm running through this, okay? Particularly Adon, right? You'll notice that, I think it's fists, it's one of them. You'll notice that I'm building up certain buffs, and those buffs will have a numerical value attached to them. That means they're stacking. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're needing to happen, okay? Now what I will say is 6 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but for some reason it feels longer when you're playing, right? So you might think, wait, this is taking longer than 6 seconds, but if you actually look at your stacks, it's not, right? So I am going to have to look down here because I need to actually do this. Hopefully I don't screw it up, because on this boss the timing's pretty particular, but we should hopefully see a successful execution of the perfect FADON run, okay? Your supports are also important. They can change. I would say that Fei Long pretty much never changes. You'll always have Fei Long. Sometimes, depending on who you're fighting, you don't need to necessarily use Abel. You can sometimes put a damage dealing unit as a support on FADON. We will do a secondary run testing that to see if it works, but a lot of times you do need to use Abel because he basically allows you, if you are an EX user of Virgil, you can sometimes delay when you use that EX skill, right? So let's see if we can execute this run to perfection here, right? So we're going to go into this crusade, we're going to run on 4x speed to a certain point, and then I'll take it off of 4x speed, and that's when we're going to move on to manual play. You will notice I'm not using the Vega Kami for this. I could use the Vega Kami, but I'm not, okay? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Okay, so I'm going to put it down to 1 speed now because we're going to be activating this in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to pop this, and then as soon as I'm broken here, I'm going to go. So I'm immediately going from there to there. Do you see how quickly I'm tapping this? I'm literally, as soon as I'm getting the chance, I'm immediately activating the next skill. Now, if you look above their heads, they should be stacking poisons buffs. Yeah, you can see it's happening, right? The stacks are coming, which is what we're looking for. You've got to make sure you get those stacks in. And then, once you're getting those stacks in, I might have done that too quickly there, by the way. I lost Chun-Li, right? So this is not an ideal run. It's not a perfect run, but I could still get a decent score from it. But it was not a perfect run by any stretch of the imagination. But we should still hopefully have a decent enough score. Let's see what we got, right? So that was, I didn't time the EX skill very well, right? But you'll notice if you were watching above the head, because I was so quickly going from combo, super, combo 1, combo 2, combo 3, I was doing it fast enough that I didn't lose the stacks, okay? Now, honestly, just delaying a little bit can cause you to lose those stacks. So you have to get very adept at going from your combo. You have to really know like comfortably how to swing through that combo chain. So we'll try it again. This time what we'll do is we will change Abel, right? And we'll see why Abel's important, okay? Now I believe here I'll die sooner because not having Abel is going to mean I'm going to take more damage and I will not be able to go to the same point before I pop my EX skill, right? So I believe here I should die sooner. Now this is me showing you why Abel is important to have on support, okay? Because he basically nullifies a single hit, which is huge. So I actually don't know if I will survive the first super because I've not got Abel, right? So everything's going to be exactly the same. We're doing everything identically. Pop you, pop you, pop you. Now I think this first super coming up might take out one of my team members, okay? Because I've not got Abel running on that shield. Oh no, I actually survived it. Okay, this has got the potential to be quite a high score then. Nah, there you go. Because I didn't have Abel, we lost FADON, right? That is why it is important to have Abel on the team. Now, don't get me wrong, if I ran and ran and ran, potentially I could survive that and maybe get more points without having Abel on the team. But with Abel on the team, I don't need to worry about that because I'm getting his shield, which means at that point, Adon is not taking the damage and he is able to survive. So I'll try and string this together better now and hopefully Chun-Li will survive that hit. I probably popped that EX skill maybe a fraction too soon, which is what caused me to basically to die, right? So we'll try and string this again perfectly. So I'll pop that now. As soon as that's available, there we go, we're stringing through here, we're stringing through here, we're stringing through here. Did you notice how immediately I popped Honda? The reason for that is if I didn't get Honda popping within that first frame or two, he actually becomes busy and it delays the entire combo and we don't get the stacks up as quickly. Now, I would need to show you a failed run to show you that in action. Now I think I might have popped that too late maybe, or I popped it in time. I either popped it too late or I popped it in time. I popped it in time. Right, so now we just run to the end and hope we get a good score, right? Pop you off. Now I'm going to die now. Now that should be significantly better than the previous score because we did survive like a lot further. So we should have got a significantly better score. It wasn't significantly better, right? But you can see RNG's involved in this. You've got to do it and 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 do it, right? But that is your adon strategy. Like in full effect, that is your adon strategy. There is sometimes variations of that, and you can tell by looking at the leaderboard when a variation has to be used, okay? Generally, the only variation that happens is to the C1 slot, okay? And more often than not, it'll be able or suitable or something will slot into that C1 position, okay? Because that in itself will allow you to do more turns, okay? Because you'll survive and you can go a little bit further into the fight, okay? So I've now showed the strategy in full. I've explained why we're doing what we're doing. I've also explained the need for you to be quick, right? I'm going to show you right now one more failure of how just delaying ever so slightly can completely cock you up, right? So we're going through here. You'll notice everything with this strategy is exactly the same. Nothing's going to change. The only thing I'm going to do here is when I pop FADON, I'm not immediately, I'm just going to delay by a fraction of a second before I go to Honda, right? Going down to Honda, Honda's in use. Do you notice how I had to wait there because Honda was in use? I couldn't use them straight away. That was literally just because I didn't immediately upon pressing FADON move down, okay? Which actually screws up the timing for the entirety of the rest of the run. And it meant that we could have, I'm not sure if we did, but we could have lost our stack, right? Now this might end up still being a better score. I don't know, because it's RNG, but we're running through it. And the whole point I wanted to show you there was just literally how just that little fraction of a delay can actually impact the timing quite a bit. Because when you press adon, immediately, that wasn't a better score, right? Which is what I expected. Now, this time I'm not going to do that delay, just again so that you can see how pivotal that timing is, right? Again, I'm not trying to oversell this. In fact, I'm doing my best not to undersell just how important the speed of your transitions between these moves actually is, right? So again, just try to watch the bottom of the screen if you can, right? So we're popping this now. I'm going from you, I'm going to you, I'm going to you. There you go. As soon as that was action, did you notice I immediately moved down to push Honda? If I had just waited a little tiny microsecond longer, he would have been busy and I couldn't have popped that combo as quickly as I did, okay? Which, I've messed up my timing again. All good. I only wanted to show you that first part anyway. So, you can see yourself there that to pull these strategies off, you have to have your timing nailed. It's not just about having the team. The team composition is important, but for the team to pop off, to give you the numbers it's going to give you, you need to make sure you're doing it fast enough so that you can retain the stacks from poison. That is what is going to elevate your numbers as much as possible, and that is achieved through fast, rapid, quick combo transitions, okay? So don't even wait until the move's confirmed. As soon as you have pressed your C3 and you know it's pressed, just immediately take your thumb, slide it down to your next unit and have it pressed, okay? Another thing that you should maybe do, because units are busy, you want to action them the moment they become available. So what most people tend to do is when a unit is busy, just keep rapidly tapping the screen, okay? Just rapidly tap them, and it means that the moment they become unbusy or free, it'll register that you've clicked it and you can move through that combo as swiftly and as quickly as possible. So hopefully, to the mystery commenter who asked me to make this video, this is enough. Hopefully I've gone over it enough, I've explained it enough, and you better share this damn video. If I've made this video for you and it just completely tanks like I think it's going to, On your head be it, mofo. Anyway, I've been Hayzink. I don't take requests, but on this occasion I did. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. See you later. Bye bye.